the dude's watching. That was really funny. That him saying like the man's gonna get you. Vince was talking about his wife says to his kids, "The man's gonna get you." I'm like the man, like the government, the figurative man, or the boogeyman.
The man's bringing you down.
Yeah. So that kid's gonna someday be 18 and the man, that's what Mom was talking about.
Which man? Boogie, Super, Spider? Which one?
The president.
Dudes to Dads is a podcast to help men understand and navigate the transition of being a single dude into a family man. How do we make sense of it all? Well, we probably won't be able to, but let's go ahead and have some fun trying. So this is episode 21.
21.
We are actually legal.
We're legally adults now.
Well, I think that's 18.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. So,
and as I promised, we decided to keep Kevin here and record this episode right back to back.
that's right.
So, Kevin,
Hello again. It feels like the first time.
Feels like the first time.
oh, jeez.
I didn't know that was going to happen. I might not have done it.
If I was to go back
right?
again, I don't know that I would say the same thing. So, I'm Jason.
I'm
Griedman,
Alan Bush.
and we have with us Kevin.
I'm Kevin,
And
special
he
guest for a
hasn't
second
changed.
time.
Kevin hasn't changed
He has
since
not
the last time
changed.
we talked. And so we thought something special for this 21st episode. Rather than drinking heavily,
Which we're doing after the episode.
but yeah, you know, and I was thinking about that. I was like, I guess we'll just have to keep it so that people can actually understand us.
Yeah.
So we're not doing that during the episode.
Okay.
I have two
Rats.
lists that we've compiled together.
Okay. Foregoing any segments today? We're just going to go
We're
right
not.
through the
Yeah.
lists.
Well, the segments. Yeah, I know. You know me, living on the edge.
Yeah, right on. Hey,
There's the
I'm
line.
proud of you.
I walk it.
I am proud of you for living on the edge.
Kevin knows me for almost 30 something years. He
Yeah.
knows I live on the edge.
Or as close to it as you can.
Which is far away as possible.
Hey, stop it. So the first list is 21 things that new dads should not say to new moms.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I can almost predict half
You
of
might
this.
want to take notes on
I
this
will
one,
take
by the
notes
way.
on
So you ready for this?
This will be recorded.
You ready for this?
You can reference it back
Reference
later.
it, yeah.
Amazing.
I think people might enjoy this. So the first one, can I get a little privacy here?
Ooh, okay.
So if for the reference of that is that basically most of the time mothers, especially new mothers,
Yeah.
get zero privacy at all because the kids are always, well, one, they're usually with them.
Yeah,
And then two,
and feeding off of them.
Well, yeah. And then
Yeah.
they try to go to the bathroom and the kid's in there. I mean, they will not leave them alone. So,
Okay.
So you as a dad should not be asking for it.
correct.
Right.
So number two, that's a mom's job.
Totally self-explanatory.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't even think to ask that.
Some of these you're like, never. I would
Yeah,
never say something.
yeah.
But you know what? People have said this stuff.
And you realize
Well,
that
this
there
is
are
like
not. You realize how bright
breastfeeding or
you are as a
something.
husband sometimes.
All right. So here we go. Number three, what did you do all day?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
So
Well, in a condescending manner. Not like, hey, what did you do all day?
correct, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Really?
It doesn't matter
You
whether
can't
you're
even ask, like,
condescending
yeah,
or
how's
not.
it
No,
going?
because
Like,
I've
you-
asked that question and I didn't mean it in a condescending way, and I still got a bad response.
It could very well be taken.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Especially,
Because-
again, don't forget, we're talking about
moms.
new moms.
Yeah.
Everything is.
And so when you're a little bit self-conscious about being productive, that's not a good question to get asked. Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that. Okay.
Number four, are we eating this for dinner again?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think I'd say that ever. I mean, even mom or not, I'm just like, are we eating this for dinner again? Like, that's kind of.
Here's the thing, Alan. You're a healthy human being and
Usually
a
non-functional
and a
people,
nice
yeah.
guy. You probably won't say most of these. So we're giving this advice to people who,
Yeah.
just might not know what to say. in the
Okay.
right-
Yeah.
and I will also say, as being a new dad, your filter isn't as solid as it is right now
Because you don't have a lot of sleep.
Yeah,
That's a
so
good point, too.
there's
Yeah, you might-
there's certain things that may
yeah.
come out of your mouth that you would have wished, kind of like when I set you up for that song earlier, you could take back.
No, that was me that wanted it to be taken back, not Alan. Okay, number five, stop worrying. So now, what happens, for those of you who are not familiar, is oftentimes a new mom is very worrisome
About a lot of
things.
Yeah.
The child, herself, I mean,
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff going on, emotions, everything. So you just
Mostly the child in any possible bizarre, awful scenario that you can imagine that could
What if he
happen.
gets caught in the blender? Dude, he's not near it. Trust me. Don't worry about it.
okay. And number 6, why is this house so messy?
Yeah, that's another one, Alan, where you may never want to say that in general, but it might slip out when you're tired.
Most of these are not to say ever in general.
Yeah,
Ever.
I'm kind of a messy guy, so I wouldn't even notice it probably. You know, like, yeah, I'm fine. What is this?
It's the kid's best that you're usually harping on. That's why
yeah,
am I
no.
stepping on a toy?
If I'm
really?
noticing it, there's a problem.
No, good point. Exactly.
The number 7, where is the or my fill in the blank? So if you're asking where something is, don't.
I think the is a little nicer than the my, because you should know where the my is.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
Good point.
if I just said, hey, where's the kitchen utensil?
So maybe I should modify that one to say, where is my?
Yeah, where is my thing? Then that would be a problem.
All right, let me click, click, click,
Backspace, backspace,
Click.
backspace.
click.
All right. Clear to go.
Yeah, that was okay. Number 8, why didn't you fill in the blank?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Doesn't
You're
matter.
not going to
She's
question
keeping
it.
your baby alive. That's all she
Because I
needs to
passed
do.
someone through my womb. That's why I didn't do it.
Yeah, there's just never a good time for that. Number 9, can't you stop the baby from crying?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
No comment.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, let's go on to number 10 on that one.
Although I will
said
say, then you're giving her the credit because she maybe has that ability.
You have the you're the magical
Isn't that
person.
Again,
positive?
perception is 99% of the reality. That's not how it's going to be taken.
That's true.
You're the wizard of this family. You need to stop this baby from crying.
Number 10, it's your turn to change the diaper.
Oh.
Just don't even ask and go change it.
So wait a minute. How do
But you don't
make-
ask.
How do you make this decision to who changes
You
the
just
diaper
change
at
it.
that point?
If you're asking or questioning it,
then it needs to be
just-
changed.
Then it needs to be changed.
It needs to be
Right.
changed.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. Now there are the
Good
delay
point.
tactics. There are the maybe if she smells it first, type of thing, or
if
maybe
you don't
if
see
I
it,
if I
smell
ignore
it.
it for a little bit,
You have your head out the window.
But you can't. It's kind of like the stink card that you mentioned in the previous one. That you can't use that all the time.
No. It's like, honey,
You
I don't know
should
how
have
to do
them
that. You
as-
need to do that. And then once they see you doing it, it's completely off the record.
As
It is-
parents, you should have them. Maybe you should do it
You
throw it down. They throw it down different one, and you play like a.
It is ideal to. It is ideal to probably have some sort of schedule to say like I'm taking
Yeah,
this and I'm taking
yeah.
that. But
That's a dirty job.
It was funny. So I think I told the story in one of our first podcast
Podcast parties? What did I miss?
we're doing a podcast. That's what I was trying to
Okay,
say.
Podcast.
A gentleman at the gym, an older gentleman, had 3-4 kids, something like that, and he was very proud that he had never changed a diaper. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember telling me that.
Yeah, this guy was like, I've had 4 kids, and because he'd heard that I had just had my first child. Like he said, saw something, whatever. Was asking like where I had been or something, and or maybe he said I looked horrible. I don't know. And I said, no, my kid, whatever. And he's like, I've never changed any of my kids' diapers. And I was like, and you're proud of that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You should have
Yeah.
an evil cackle.
Yeah.
I have found, there's that whole philosophy of a happy wife, happy life, and that's a little too black and white. But in the scenario of once you've had, the new mom, the happier you can make her life. Again, she's keeping the child alive. That's pretty much a full-time job. And as you realize the difficulty of that, so really you walk in the door or you're around to change a diaper, you may not want to do it, but the cost benefit for just going ahead and doing that is worth it. So let me give it a little piece of advice. Just change the diaper.
This is coming from a very good dad.
Yeah.
And husband. So let's see. Number 11, honey, you go out. I'm happy to babysit. So now the key word here is
Are you getting paid, sir?
Yeah. Are you getting paid? Because you actually don't babysit your own children.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So the word babysit
You're not allowed to
is
use the term babysit
is
when
the
you talk
negative
about your own
keyword
children.
to help.
Yeah.
I'll watch the kids. I got the kids tonight. That type of stuff. But yeah, and you shouldn't have that mentality either. It's kind
But
of that.
that's a
idea of
common
enjoying
thing
time
that
with
people
it.
say, like, well, sorry, I got to babysit.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
a dad thing.
But it's your
especially,
own
too.
kids. It's like, no, you got to raise them.
I take care of my kids.
Yeah, exactly. I don't babysit them.
You're supposed to
Yeah, I don't
take
just turn
care
on
of
the TV and just, read my vampire learn all
Right.
this.
So that one's just do not use the word babysit. I guess I could have just said that. Number 12. I think I'm too tired to help with the baby tonight.
Again, we don't need to say anything more on that one.
But what if you are too tired?
Really?
I'm kidding.
Yeah, there's a noose hanging for you around the corner. You might as well use that. It'd probably be a better technique.
You know what though? I got to give my wife props. So I definitely did not. It wasn't equal. Our child, even the first child, my wife took care of much more at night than I did.
Yeah.
Our second one, I didn't barely do anything, and I mean, some of it was by choice, but one of the things my mom had said, which, God bless her, she had said is like, why should two of you be zombies?
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, thanks, Mom.
That was your card from your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chamber for that one, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, but it was something like, it made sense. And we actually obviously had a little bit different the second time around because our daughter just stayed in bed with us and we were just like, whatever, my wife enjoyed that. So, but props to my wife. I mean, she took care of, so that I could function and I could just go, sleep and go to work and do that.
Sure.
So if you have the opportunity to do that, a lot of dads, like, especially even on the first kid, they're like, they just want to stay up and want to help. And I did. I did want to do that. It's not that I was like, all right, by the second one, I'm over it. It wasn't that. Like, I'd like to spend the time, but it's like, I had to function.
Right.
Yeah.
And you really are in the beginning a zombie. I mean, it's like, it's so hard, especially if, you're working, you got to get up early, whatever. It's just hard.
Baby boot camp, man.
Yeah. And
Baby
most
boot camp,
people, what they do is they go, okay, both of us will be miserable, or,
Right.
or trade off and you're miserable for 3 nights and I'm miserable for 4 nights.
Yeah.
Just my wife just really stepped up and was like, no, I'll do it.
Well, it kind of helps going back to number 10. If you're the guy willing to come in and do the diaper, you may not have to get up in the middle of the night. So again, think about what
Might
you
be
do.
a trade-off.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not
Yeah.
doing anything and then you call that
Yeah.
out, you're going to have trouble. But, give and
then
take,
you
just
may
like
get a
anything
frying
else.
pan
Give
above
and
that
take.
head, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, as part of it is a cool experience to do it. But, at 3 a.m. is not, you have to think of it differently.
Right.
You've got to really, at least for me, like mentally be like, oh, this is awesome. But, because it's not when you're so tired and, you're just like, oh, that's right. And then once you're doing it, you can't believe, okay, great. I got
Yeah, I was
this
going to
cute
say,
baby.
I remember that being kind of cool. It was
Now.
then like 6 a.m. when you had to
Now,
get up and go to work.
Yeah.
You're like, dang it, I wish I didn't get up at 3.
Well, and you look back now and think like, oh, I wish I would have enjoyed that a little more.
Yeah.
That process.
Hindsight's 20/20
Yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah. So, number 13. Must be nice hanging out with the baby all day.
And know how you phrase that? That would be
as
condescending.
If,
You
as
could even
if
say
your
like,
role
yeah.
is more important than their role.
Yep.
Not gonna work. Number 14. This is not good at any time. You look tired.
Yeah, I can see.
Unless you're
saying-
gonna follow that up with
So let me do X, Y, Z.
and you take a nap.
Yeah, that was good. You guys did it in sync too. That was
Yeah.
great.
Yes, but just saying you look tired or you look terrible.
You look beat.
Not
So
a good
anyway, what's for
idea.
dinner?
Are we gonna
Not
have that again?
Yeah.
We've been friends for too long. Number 15. Why don't we start formula feeding? That one's a little sensitive. If the woman is breastfeeding, you're not going to want to say that.
Okay. Is there a reason why that's so sensitive?
Well, especially like, let's say, you're breastfeeding and there's not enough milk being produced. Oftentimes, I'm not saying it all times, oftentimes the woman will get very frustrated with that because she's not thinking that she's providing enough.
Yeah.
Just
The personal-
mentally, doing that. And so when you start saying, well, why don't we just give him some formula? It's kind of like, shut up.
It's like you're admitting defeat.
Well, yeah. In your mind, you're like, the kid's going to eat. We're all going to go to sleep. We're all going to be happy. In her
Yeah.
mind, it's
I'm
I
not
failed
good
as a
enough.
mom
Yeah,
because
I can't produce enough
and
for
at the
my
most
baby.
natural level, right? Not
Yeah.
like as like making a poor decision or raising your voice. Like I
Right.
can't provide what they're supposed to have.
It is. It's a physical attribute at that point. Yeah.
So yeah,
And then we
very
try to become
slippery slope.
lactation consultants and tell them what they're doing. Okay, just me. Sorry, hon. I'm apologizing on air. All right. Number 16. I can't remember the last time we had sex. Yeah, that's probably not a good one either.
Yeah, that's how you got
in
this
fact,
problem in the first place.
I went over these with the meetup group tonight because we had the meetup group before that. And this was a little different, but they changed it to this one, and I thought that was pretty.
That's great.
No, it's true.
I think the other one was, when are we going to have sex?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think that was
Very
the other
bluntly.
question. So either
or just the word tonight. with a question mark.
You got to prep for days.
Just throwing it out there. Just keep tossing, see if one night
We're
it might
very
happen.
concerned about them at that point.
Of course.
Yeah. I know you're doing all this baby stuff, but yeah.
While you're at it.
What about me?
Yeah.
And
Have another baby you could take care of.
yeah, well, you're not getting your attention. So I totally just tried to go right through that without it even stopping. So number 17, the kid will be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, the kid.
Well,
is the key
that's
word
kind of in
there.
the stop worrying vein.
or even just it's.
Well, you're kind of like objectifying it. Like it becomes not about your kid or
The kid?
Yeah, or this child that I've probably named by now.
I would hope.
Yeah, I don't think.
It's just
I've heard
even
people say the baby,
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
and he's 12.
And still breastfeeding, but that's a entirely different story altogether.
Whole different topic.
No, I think that goes along with the stop worrying. It's like, the kid will be fine. Like, you're telling them just
And
that they're not reacting correctly.
Yeah, and the message
Yeah.
really is, it's a different state from a mother's perspective. Like, I think their protective nurture is way more off the bat guarded than we are. I think even going as you go, dad will always let the kid maybe take the extra step closer to the river or the ledge. Mom, stereotypically. It's the same type of thing. You don't want to, at this point where they don't believe anything, especially on the first kid, may be fine.
Sure.
For the next 20 minutes, just to stay away.
Well, is the issue the pronoun that's being used?
No, it's just basically saying, don't worry. It's just that same thing. It's like, it's all going to be fine. Like, well, yeah,
I feel like it's more offensive
Which
to
is
say the
zero
kid.
empathy. Remember we talked about
Well,
empathy?
that's what I mean. Like they're saying the kid versus he or
No,
she
but that's not
or
the issue,
Johnny
right,
or
is the kid.
No, that actually saying the kid is pretty much doubling down on your negative on that one. Yeah.
I'll call you and I'll raise you.
we just had that episode on empathy and the whole thing about, it's not like even saying with the kid or other people saying, no, hey, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
That's not what people want to hear.
They don't wanna
They
hear
want to hear
that,
like,
yeah.
whoa, that must be hard.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
must be difficult to deal with.
Right.
Like rather than just, hey, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Your kid gets hurt or your wife's upset.
He's got a severed limb. Whatever.
Right.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's got another leg.
Yeah. We'll sew it back on.
Called Stumpy.
So this is a great one too. 18. Are you going to take a shower?
Well, now here's the thing. They're so
Sometimes
busy
you don't
during the
get to
day, and when they have the downtime, they're going to take a nap. Rightfully so,
Yeah.
because they're up half the night. And so you really start to realize that by the time you get home, they haven't. And I can see where you wouldn't say this, but you might. And it's not going to really end well for you at that point in time.
I can't even imagine saying that at all to anybody. But
Well, I
Unless
can
they-
imagine saying to
unless they're
anybody.
ripe. If I guess no. If they're really ripe, I'd be like,
You're really
hey, maybe you should take.
Well, that's what I mean. That's
shower
like, that's,
together.
yeah. You're like they look all funky and like they've just been like doing stuff for 2 days, and you're like, hey, are you gonna take a shower?
What about hey, you should take a nice hot long bath,
That's
That's actually
probably
better.
a little bubble
better.
bath.
No, you
That
say
might help you with number 16.
no. You say I just drew a nice warm bubble bath for you. There's some candles and some nice music and blah blah. Hey, and then she's like, screw you.
Because then you've gone too far. She's
scrub
thinking you
brush,
have
yeah.
alternative motives.
I do.
And you do. Yes.
Let's see. Number 19. When are you going to lose that baby weight?
Oh,
You might as well load the pistol and give it to her. at that
yeah,
point.
really, right? She has legal right to punch
So
you in the
once
mouth.
again-
I'm pretty
We're-
sure in a court of law that's going to be a
yeah,
good
you're
defense.
not gonna.
Yeah.
No court in the world's gonna say that she's.
Once again,
right.
I just want to repeat
strangle
what
you.
we're saying. This is the list of things that new dads should not say to new moms. This is not suggestions and advice on what you're supposed to.
Right.
These are warnings.
Someone comes in mid-sentence, not that you can on a recording.
I know,
like this,
but still, yeah, right. They only heard part of it. Well, I should say that. You're right.
Yeah. So just
I
don't.
took your advice and I told my wife to lose weight, and now she's left me. What's going on with
I
this?
wear a patch on my eye. I don't know what.
Well, what's funny is because we have another list of something. Yeah.
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. And number 20, I'm a bit busy today. Can you run some errands for me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, we are assuming in many of these scenarios that the male is going out and working while the mother is staying home.
Yeah, kind
That's
of.
what we're
a
assuming in a
Slightly
lot of these.
stereotypical way.
Or
Traditional.
way of doing it.
And you can even look at it maybe in the first, 3 months that she's off her job or whatever, too.
That's a
Like,
good point,
she
too.
might be go back
Yeah.
to work, but
We're not
there's
saying that
a
every
good
situation is like that.
Right.
Right,
But
right.
no matter what, there is a period of time after, especially the first kid, where you've got to behave at a better level than you're used to.
Yeah, because she went through a lot more than you did that time. You're just sitting there going, I bet that kind of hurts. Right? Yeah.
She
And
just
meanwhile, she's
carried-
screaming and pushing
she
a
carried
body
it
out
for
of her.
9+ months.
Yeah.
She just,
Yeah, pushing it out of orifice that's too small for it.
We're on
It's
the
ridiculous.
right side of the ledger here.
Yeah.
Take it back, Jay.
Yeah.
And finally, number 21. Can you believe your mom said...
And by the way, that one
Blank.
can go both ways.
Oh, yeah. So there could be probably another flip around.
Yeah, because
Say,
what happens is your mom
should-
says something to your wife, and then you've got to be in the middle of, you got to defend. You got to back up the wife, but the mom's.
Yeah. The one who gave birth to me or the one who gave birth to my child?
Yeah, you'll find out which one to back real quick.
Loyalty to your wife. So that was 21 things that new dads shouldn't say to new moms. However, we were at the meetup group tonight, and we had a couple of additions.
Oh,
they
okay.
added a couple bonus ones. So I was just going to go over some of these. These guys, all of a sudden, I mean, did you see how quick they came up with these at the group tonight? They were like, "Oh yeah, here's a bunch of other ones."
There's a
that
couple
maybe,
more that I got a bruise from.
As a matter of fact, on the way home, I think someone texted you another one
Yes.
that they come up with on the way back home. So yeah,
you are not doing that right.
Ugh.
That's a bad one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, number 23. Oh, this was a 23rd one, so this is the number 2
okay.
bonus. Why are there no clean clothes?
Ooh. That's kind of rude. Like, hey, because you didn't wash your own.
exactly.
The next one, this was the one that was texted in. You sound just like your mother. Which
By
could
the
be
way,
bad or good, because my
that-
mom was good. So, like, if my wife said that, I don't know, or if I said, no.
And again, we're taking it from the perspective of saying
the
it.
guys say it to the mom. Yeah, it depends, I guess, of
it's
the
not-
relationship with their mother.
Yeah, but again, it's the new mom part. That might work. Down
don't wanna
the road
feel
a little bit,
judged.
and they might
How
laugh
often
back.
do you say that in a positive light?
Very little. That's what I'm
Right?
saying.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
I guess that's true. Oh, you're just like your mom.
You sound just like your mom, positive and
Yeah.
full of
I don't
energy.
care how. You know what? To be honest with you, I don't think I could have a great relationship and still take that well.
That's true. Which I think you guys touched on this other one earlier. You are taking another nap.
Damn right she is.
Would that
Learn
be a
to sleep
blessing?
when the baby sleeps. That one's not
Synchronize
on
your
here, but
napping.
that's a good one. Next one. By the way, I'm going to be golfing all day tomorrow.
That's just horrible. By the way, I'm going to the strip club and drinking a lot of beer.
Best
You have
said
to
when
say
the
that.
baby is crying. By the way, that's when that one's properly used.
And then the last two are kind of related, but it was, you bought what? And the next one was, how much was that? Don't question it. Why do they need 37 bottles,
Because
2 boppies,
Yep.
15 butt pastes, 76 packages of diapers?
Well, that was one of the
Packages,
most.
not diapers, packages of diapers.
Okay, that's a lot. But that was one of the most amazing things.
How many diapers you go
Yeah,
through?
especially I had kids that are only 16 months apart.
Remember we
so
talked
they're-
about that? The 10 diapers in one day.
Oh, dude, easy.
Well, that's why Scott, part of our meetup group, he
Yeah.
did cloth.
But that's
Yeah.
not even
But
any
you have to
better.
wash 'em, yeah.
Yeah, that's nasty. I mean, it's more environmentally friendly and probably
Yeah.
cheaper at the end of the day. But you got a lot more. You could a lot different than putting in the little thing and closing off the scent. So I'll take the disposables. Thank you. Sorry, Planet Earth.
Sorry, Earth.
Yep.
My house stinks.
So that was our list of things that new dads shouldn't say to new moms. So
Right
that
on.
was kind of cool.
Take heed.
Yeah. That's what we do here. We give advice. So,
Will these be posted somewhere so they can reference them later?
yes, thank you, Kevin.
Good
In fact,
segue.
it will be. It will be posted on the website, and you can...
Dudesdads.com.
Yeah. And in fact, if you have any additional comments, please email podcast@dudestodads.com.
That's right.
And give us your suggestions as well.
Yeah.
So the next list, I created 2 lists. The next one is 21 things you shouldn't say to your kids.
Okay. So
So-
now we're flipping it around. and
So
saying,
yes, because this is our
after
21st
they're born.
episode,
Well, no. Actually, this
At any
this
time.
can be at any time.
this will be at any time. At
That's not
any
too-
time.
you can really say anything to your newborn kid. They're not going to hold that against you.
They were like, yeah, whatever you're saying. It's
So
like,
these are things that you really should just never say to your kids. And so, in honor of our 21st episode, we have the 21 things you shouldn't say to your kids. So number 1, I hope someday you end up with a kid just like you.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah.
Again, you talked about
Well,
that could be seen as
it could be positive.
but
Yeah.
it's not ever said in a positive time.
Yeah, exactly. How often do you say that
Well,
when it's really
which
good?
this could also be known as, wait till you have a kid. Something like
Right.
that. It could be along the same.
Yeah.
Well, and you notice that too. Like you notice your parents and the enjoyment they see out of certain things that you suffer with, and you see that kind of passing on of like, yeah. So that's in the mindset throughout the entire time, but not to your grandparent is legit to start to pull out. I think.
That's funny. Your mom or / dad is an idiot.
Ouch.
Yeah. Well, so which goes along. In fact, we had that advice even when you got a divorce.
I was gonna say that's a big one.
Yeah.
It's just not to put down your spouse.
Right, right.
Never. Whether it's in front of the kids or to the kids themselves, and saying that your spouse or whatever is, in any derogatory way, talking negative about that.
Yeah,
so,
makes sense.
Leave it for a personal conversation.
Yeah. With your buddies at the bar.
Yeah. So fill in the blanks on this one. Number 3, you're the blank one and your sibling is the blank one. So you're the smart one and your sibling's the dumb one,
Kind
or
of
something like
designating
that.
roles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's natural for them to already want to compete to be the top, and they'll ask you those little questions like,
Yeah.
hey, Dad, who do you like best? And you got to kind of go around those. So you don't ever want to give them anything to kind of fuel that insecurity, maybe if that's what that is.
Yeah. They're not like in a boy band, hey, you be the rough one and you're the cute one.
Unless you have 4 boys.
Well, yeah, then you form a boy band and become the Jacksons, and it just gets complicated after
Did we
that.
just mention a boy band?
Sure. Why not? You can dream.
Streets back. And do you know how I saw that? Because I was looking on Netflix and they had the Backstreet thing. Like the
Like a
no, they
behind
just
the
recently
scenes.
had something. And I was
Really?
actually quite curious. I didn't get a chance to watch it,
Yeah.
but they had like their recent album, like their making of their album, like last year or something like that.
Really?
2 years ago. Yeah, it was like them
Aren't they,
as
like-
a comeback thing.
They're our age.
No, they got back together. I guess for
What?
yeah, I
They're
don't
not
know.
the boys
I know way too
Backstreet
much.
Men?
I know way
That's a whole
too much.
Backstreet
different
Middle
band.
Age?
Can we edit that out? All right, number 4. Shut up. Just not a good phrase.
Yeah.
Just
I don't like
say it.
that in general.
Yeah,
Unless
don't
you're
say-
joking.
Yeah.
Shut up. With,
No,
not,
but
not
even-
with your kids. I mean,
yeah.
like with your friends. Or
Yeah, these are
whatever,
things you're not supposed to say.
but with your kids, I wouldn't even joke like that.
So number 5, why can't you be more like your brother or sister?
Oh,
That's not cool.
this sounds weird.
So then we got in. It was funny. We started getting into there's some of these on this list that are like old school things that people had said. Like this one, number 6. Stop crying, or I'll give you something to cry about.
Which I know we heard as kids. And
Yeah.
what's funny, we talked about this in the meetup as well, is you'll find yourself at some point uttering words that as a kid you thought in your head, if my dad says that again, I'm gonna,
Right.
And sure enough, those words come out and you sit there like, and it's right. That's what it's supposed to be. So there's a
Right.
dad kind of transition that comes over. These passed down phrases will sneak out.
It's
So
like
be
passed
careful.
genetically almost.
It is. It's a more of a mankind kind of thing, actually.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Number 7, why can't you do anything right?
Ooh, that's harsh.
That's not good.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
It sounds so permanent. Makes you feel like a failure, So.
Right. Number 8, there's no reason to be scared. Just do it. So talk about
That's
that
suspect.
empathy again, lack of empathy.
Yeah, right. Just climb that fence.
Well, yeah. I mean, we say whatever it is, like in various situations where it's like, just do it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And I think I'm guilty of that one.
Well, there's a fine line between
Trying to
that
push
and
them.
encouraging them to do certain things. Like,
Right.
hey, don't be afraid. Just come.
yeah, but even that, don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Your kid's afraid. You're telling them not to
Yeah.
be afraid versus, hey, I know this is scary, but you
Exactly.
blah, 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 blah.
Be afraid.
exactly. And that's a harder thing for a dad too, because you're supposed to be the one that stereotypically or 9 times out of 10 is the one that's going to push a little further.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Ouch. Number 9. That's what you get for not listening.
And I think that's one of the ones that sneaked out from time to time.
I can see that one happening.
Absolutely.
I can see myself even saying that. Hey, that's what
Because
you get.
the repetitive nature of raising
What'd
your
I
children.
say?
Yeah, you've said the same thing 17 times and then they don't do it, and then they're like, "Ow, that hurt," or something didn't happen right. Well,
Should've
but
put your hand on
there
that
probably
hot
is a more
stove.
articulate way of going about it.
No, you're right. But that's funny. That's a very easy one to slip out.
Number 10, you're a bad girl or boy.
Oh.
So sometimes we say use the phrase using bad decisions.
Yeah.
Which doesn't indicate that they are bad. It's just they made a bad decision.
Even with my relationships that I've had, I've never insulted them directly. I've always been like, I don't like when you do this. So that you're being this way at certain times.
You're crazy. Remember you said that.
You're not. Yeah. Oh, well, let me know when you're done being crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't say you're crazy. I said, let me know when you're done being crazy, and then we can talk about this.
Very sleight of hand, like a magician.
Yeah, exactly. Poof.
This is an interesting one, number 11. I hate my body, or just any kind of comment about your own physical appearance. Just because you're teaching the child to just not like themselves in some way as well, and so you're sort of showing them.
And they can mimic those behaviors.
Yeah. So I mean, even if you have low self-esteem, keep it to yourself.
Try not to pass it on.
Yeah, tell your therapist.
So that your kid doesn't have to.
You know what? In this next one, I think I might be guilty of this one. Not specifically with math, but number 12. I was bad at math too. You take after me. Like I think you're trying to relate.
Yeah.
Like I think my son was drawing something, and he's like, I can't do this. I'm not good at this. And I was like, you know what? I'm horrible drawing too, but I still enjoy drawing or whatever. Trying to relate to him, and it's like, I guess that's probably not a good
I had an example where my son, plays a lot of sports, and for a while there he could keep up with most kids, and now some kids are just a lot faster, and he was, kind of bummed about it, and I made the mistake of saying, well, I was a good shooter or XYZ, but I could never run either. So now he's just convinced. So now the coaches are like, you got to run faster than that. So he just took it the whole way. Well, no, I'm not fast. I can't be fast. So
genetic
predisposed. Yeah, talk to my dad. It's his problem. Totally. He's the slow white guy that can't jump.
So number 13, just let me do it for you.
Yeah, and that becomes as they do homework, and you're just like so frustrated.
It'd be quicker to just
and that goes like when you're talking about when you're tired and you just kind of want to get to your stuff or get to more fun things. So yeah, you'll see that one will sneak out, and it's a terrible habit.
And that goes to the thing we talked about in the last episode with building the desk. And then you kind of want to take the controls. Like it's going to take 10 times longer be you doing it, but then you want to encourage them to do it. It's like, no, it's great.
You
awesome.
Can do it, yeah.
You can do it. It's awesome.
It's 3 hours.
One screw in for the 3 hours.
It's midnight, and I'm still here with you making the desk.
Exactly.
But we're having fun.
You're going to go to college, and you won't need this desk anymore.
We're just going to put this in the U-Haul.
It's done, yeah. Exactly.
Number 14, you look so much better when you...
Yeah, especially with girls, that's a tough...
Their self-esteem is going to be derived from how their relationship is with their dad.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's not a good one. This is an old school. Number 15, children should be seen, not heard. I think that was yours.
That's an absolute classic. That's an absolute classic. And it was a mentality for a very long time.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard that one from
really?
none of my
that's
family.
good.
No.
That's good.
I was kind of a quiet kid anyway, but hearing that, like, children should be seen, not heard.
Exactly.
It sounds like
it's kind of like the don't
like,
speak. It was the mentality of you don't speak unless spoken to.
Yeah, yeah.
So
well, that's another one we could add.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that sounds a little more calm than children should be seen, not heard. Sounds like you're gonna bake them alive or something later.
Sounds like something out of a movie. For sure.
Yeah, it does. Right.
Number 16, is that the best you can do?
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dad, it is.
Yeah. I'm genetically predisposed, remember, Dad?
Yeah.
I can't run faster.
Exactly. Those are your genes, Dad, not mine.
Number 17, the police are going to come and get you if you do that.
Yes, I have not done that one.
I've heard it.
I've heard people do it. I've even known friends to go as far as to drive their children to the police station when the warning itself didn't. Yeah, it's a great story, but it worked, at least for that one time.
That sounds like a fun one, though.
Yeah.
It might scare the hell out of them.
Well, it was one of those things
like
a good
idea.
Straight.
Well,
yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah. Well, you should say it,
criminals.
and it was fine. Oh, the police are coming, and the kid basically like, the police aren't coming. It's like, all right, now that you know they're not coming, how about I take you there? I'm going to take you there. And then the kid's like calling the bluff, and by the time they got into the parking lot, they're like, no, just take me home. I'm sorry, I'll never do it again.
How old was the child? You remember?
I want to say like 5.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, it was really young.
Scarring.
It's again, things not to do to your children.
I think you should go tell that friend to listen to this podcast. Number 18, wait until your blank gets home. So whatever, passing the buck and making either the father or the mother.
And I know a lot of parents do that. Like they'll make the other person the
that's
bad
old
guy.
school too.
Yeah.
Like my
your father
grandparents. Yeah, my grandparents, I remember my dad said that all the time. Where it's like, wait till your dad gets home. And then, my dad would get, whipped or whatever else.
Yeah.
It was just because the mom or the grandma didn't, know what to do. So.
Right.
Which this goes along with it too. Number 19, go ask your blank.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna say that to your kids in certain scenarios because it's right, but this is the scenario where it's like, you don't want to deal with it. So, don't pass the buck.
Yeah, the only time that's probably acceptable is if you know that they've been dealing with that issue.
Or if my kid comes to say, hey, does this look good or does this match? Go ask your mom. I'm not going to call that one for you. I'm going to pass you on to the right source. So there are times when that can be okay, but not when it's passing the buck of discipline or doing something or giving permission.
Right.
You got that way the kid can start playing you against the other one, and that's never the scenario you want to get into.
Why is our little guy wearing stripes and plaid together? Oh, Kevin said it was cool.
Dad said it matched.
No, ask your mom next time.
This is great, number 20, because I said so.
Now, I'm going to stand up for this one.
And then sit down.
Yeah, totally. Because this is the one where I know I have said it and probably do it every once in a while. Because after the fifth, my son's a great debater. He's going to be a lawyer, I'm quite sure, at some point. So he just goes point by point as long as he can. And at some point,
why do you feel the need to even argue? That's I'm
not the one being defensive.
You have to win that argument. And I learned very early on, my kids, if they ask a question, I realize I don't have to answer it.
Okay, well, you don't
even have to answer.
So the scenario is more like this. The scenario is more like, all right, you've been playing video games for an hour. You're done playing video games. Why? Well, because you need to go out and do something active. Well, if I'm not going to do this, and then I just go, because I said so. Doesn't work, but it feels so good. It's your rite of parental passage is all I'm saying. You can toss it out once in a while.
You can pull that card out once in a while.
Absolutely. Don't expect it to accomplish
You get the stink pass, I get the because I said so. That is awesome. 21, when I was your age.
Or back in my day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one, too.
Yep.
And so there were some bonus ones. That was number 21, but there's some bonus ones on this one. This one was very similar to the police. One of our meetup guys added this one. The man is going to get you if you do that.
Yeah.
So instead of the police, it was the man.
The man.
Which is like a boogeyman or
Spider
like a
boogie?
No, it was a
Super?
stranger. He said a stranger.
It just said the man. I mean, like I said, this could really scar you for life because as you get older and go to college and you start referring to, the man and stuff like that, you get like a flashback and think that's what your mom was talking about the whole time. You thought you were safe for like years and right there, he was right behind you.
But I think the scenario was that the child kept on getting out of the house, opening up the door.
Okay.
And so it was like, hey, if you're going to open the door, the man's going to get you. And it's like the man would come and get you and snatch you.
Does the child ever go, which man? Or what?
Well,
man?
yeah, I'm sure, but you just say, well, the man, the boogeyman, I don't know, somebody.
Creepy man down the
street. It was
street.
to try to keep him
with the ice cream truck.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, we had that in our
That's for episode 22.
The next one, bonus, was if you do that, you will die.
Jeez.
Yes. Basically,
harsh.
the message here is
Harsh.
don't draw the extremes because, as you talked about with the fears and stuff earlier, is you start to make things more drastic than they really are. Yes, you could get hurt. You could get burned. You could get shocked. There's a lot of things that could happen. Not a lot of things you're going to die. So save that for when it's really necessary. Like,
you may hurt yourself.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Although there are those scenarios, like we were out hiking, last week or whatever, and there's these huge boulders and rocks, and he's on top of the rocks, jumping, and I'm like, he could die. I don't think he's going to, but it is possible.
Well, technically, he could die at any time, no matter what. But that's episode 25.
So what you're saying is, I can't say don't jump from rock to rock, or else you'll die. I might say, hey, listen. You gotta. Maybe you prefer. I prefer if you don't jump from rock to rock.
Right. Yeah. Right. Now, if that rock is on a ledge, you can use the line.
Yeah. What if I dive into the Grand Canyon,
Dad? This one was harsh too. The next one. Can't you see I'm busy?
This brought up the reference to the Cat Stevens song, the Cat in the Cradle. Yeah. So
is that Cat Stevens or no? It's not Cat Stevens. We'll have to find out.
Somebody else said Cat Stevens. It was Cat in the Cradle. It's not.
No, it's not Cat Stevens. It's a whole different guy.
That did sound wrong. All right, anyone got a phone? Google that real quick. I mean, this is technology, right?
Little boy blue and the man on the moon.
Yeah. Well, he knows the song.
Well, who doesn't really?
No, I know.
But it's just one of those things where, as you shouldn't be too busy for your kids unless
the guy who sang it, which we're going to find out in a minute who it is. He said it was like his biggest nightmare. Like he never wanted to be that guy, but I guess him and his wife wrote the song together.
Really?
Yeah. Like I saw him do it live.
Harry Chapin.
Yes, Harry Chapin. or Chapin.
Gosh, Google's cool.
Isn't it Google awesome? But yeah,
Sorry, I used Bing.
Oh!
Yeah,
I used Hotbot.
Yeah, he used Likehouse on this.
All right, no search engine humor, please, gentlemen.
Oh, that's right. You're a search engine professional too. I forgot.
Yeah, I'm getting the jokes, but there's about 2,000 people who just lost completely.
Populace who actually gets what we're talking about.
We've used that on another one too.
Yeah.
Probably that's
we were
why
talking
no
about
one's listening.
old search engines at one point in time. Yeah.
Should we do a whole episode dedicated to search engines?
Search engines that dads use.
And the
When do you
last
save
one,
search?
the last one, which is just awesome, is I brought you into this world. I can take you out.
Yeah.
Now, we decided that's totally inappropriate until maybe the teenage years
When
where
you
you
can
might
just-
have to just say that at some point in time.
Yeah.
Because maybe that might be for their own good at that point.
Yeah. And it's like almost joking at this point.
Yeah,
Some of
yeah,
them
or,
are comedy line.
So once again, these are the list originally was the 21 things you shouldn't say to your kids. If you've got any to add to that list, we'll put them up on the website. Email us, podcast@dudestodads.com.
Okay.
Twitter, @dudestodads. Facebook,
Dudes to
Dudes
dads.
to Dads. Instagram. No, I don't think
I'm sensing a
Foursquare,
trend here.
Google Plus. What else are we on?
What the
Mantra?
website, deucedads.com.
Yellow? Yellow Book?
I don't think we're on that now.
No?
We haven't conquered that
Are we
many
on Yelp?
websites.
No. Travelocity.
You had the meetup group, so there's
No, I
things
don't
at meetup.com.
We're on Meetup.
That's right.
Any other sites that we should be on?
Tell us at podcast.
Stitcher, iTunes. Just search the World Wide Webs for Dudes
Dudes
to
to dads.
Dads.
90% of the time is probably us.
Or not.
If it's not, then
Somebody
you're
else.
missing out.
Then it's somebody
someone
else and don't go there.
That's a very profound statement. If it's not us, it's someone else.
So, okay. So thank you, Kevin, for joining us.
Yeah,
It was a
appreciate
pleasure.
it. It was-
I'd
it was
like
a
to
lot
do
of
it again
fun.
next time I'm in town.
Yeah, absolutely.
We might be busy.
Don't call us. We'll call you.
We'll see what the feedback is. I mean, people will give us.
Don't go by that. I'll never. Don't trust the masses. Don't let the masses fool you.
All of a sudden, there's going to be an influx of people supporting Kevin.
Yeah, he's going to have his own podcast.
Yeah. And, well, he likes to talk.
Yeah, he had a spin-off.
So, and Alan, thank you. Once
Absolutely.
again,
Thank
I'm
you,
Jason, and we will see you at the next podcast.
Take care, guys.
Bye.